The M&N Time Show, the Matt and Nathaniel Time Show. Now, this week on the M&N Time Show, we are going to be talking about conspiracy theories. Okay, the first one we're talking about is that the Titanic didn't really sink. Okie dokie, here we go. So basically, there was these three ships. There's three sister ships. The Olympic, the Titanic, and the Britannica. Okay? And the Olympic sailed out first of the Titanic. Alright, and it suffered major damages. It actually crashed into the, to one of the
British Navy ships.
Yes, British Navy ships. Okay, so it crashed and it suffered major damage and it was basically totaled. Okay, it would cost a lot of money.
$12,000.
I did my
$12,500.
Okay, it would cost a lot of money, which back then $12,000 was a lot of money to repair the ship. And so, this theory goes is that White Star Airlines, which was the maker of these fine ships, decided that they would do a little insurance scam and they would switch the nameplates of the Titanic and the Olympic around, so the Olympic would now be the Titanic would now be the Olympic and the Olympic would now be the Titanic. And they sent the Olympic out on the sea and they weren't expecting to hit an iceberg. They weren't. But that just made it that much better. And they would just thought, since it suffered major damage, it would sink maybe about a few hundred miles off the shore, or thousands of miles off the shore, in the middle of the ocean. And so that's exactly what happened. It sank. A ship did sink, right? Hit an iceberg. We know that much. And yes, that is basically, and there's a giant insurance scam. What do you think about that?
I have about 26 reasons as to why that's such. I'm not going to read all 26, but I have about 26.
Okay.
The forward half of the first class A-deck promenade on the Titanic was enclosed with the retractable glass screens. The Olympics was all the way open. The front wheelhouse of the Olympics bridge was curved, but on the Titanic's it was flat. The B-deck was also drastically different on both ships. The Olympic had a first-class promenade, whereas the Titanic had two private verdas and suites that were plush with the sides of the superstructure. The Titanic also had a extended enclosure on the C deck, which the Olympic didn't. And the Titanic had a different arrangement of ventilators, fans, piping, and machinery. Also, they would have had to keep the people repairing the ship, the people who worked on the ship, probably the British Navy, and the people who owned whatever the ship company was quiet, and the passengers on the ship would have definitely noticed.
Okie dokie. So you basically telling me that whole theory is debunked because the ships don't really look similar.
Yes.
But that aside, put all those facts aside, would you say it would be probable if those things weren't there?
I think it'd still be a... Wait, all the differences of the ships?
Yeah, say that all the differences of the ships weren't there and they were exactly the same.
I don't... 10% chance.
Why?
I don't think people could be quiet long enough about something that big.
Well, only a few people would know.
No. A Navy would probably know.
Why would they know? They didn't see the
owner.
ship.
Yeah. They saw the ship as the ship ran into it.
Yeah, but they didn't have the technology to go down and look at the ship.
Yeah. Okay, the owners would have definitely known. The owners' families would have known. The people on the ship would probably still have known.
Most have died.
You know what? The crew would have known, and the people who
What if they paid them off?
I don't think they would have.
Give people enough money, they'd be quiet for a long time.
No. Yeah, a long time. Maybe 10, 20 years.
Okay. Alright, so next thing. The hollow earth theory. So this one is very...
That sounds stupid.
Okay, this one isn't really... It's a theory, but there's a lot of different theories about this. So basically, what it is that basically the earth is hollow. Which it is hollow, But basically the Hollow Earth theory is that there's a sustainable life. There's just you can actually live underground in the center of the Earth. That's what people think. So basically, it's the Native Americans believed in this, and actually one of the most famous ones that believed in it. His name was, let's see, I can't seem to find his name, but he was a scientist, and this guy, he electrocuted himself, and he had a hallucination which he thought was a vision of an angel coming down telling him he was the Messiah, and he basically invented his own religion around this and believed that the Earth was hollow, and that's like that.
We have a
What?
monument in Hamilton, Ohio, which makes me want to go anymore because last name was Alexander Hamilton.
That's nice. So yeah, but the thing is with this theory, there's such thing as pressure, and the pressure down in the center of the Earth would be so massive that it would probably crush your skull. You probably wouldn't be able to live because the pressure, you know.
Not to mention 800-mile long holes, 2 at both poles and 1 at the Himalayas.
Yeah. So I mean, this isn't that much believable. People actually believe it. And
actually,
think it's
and did you go into the 3 different kinds of aliens?
the 3 different kinds of aliens.
Yeah, the reptilians, the Zeta.
Oh yeah.
Reticuli.
The reptilian. That's another theory by itself that's connected to that one.
Reptilian elite.
Yes, and they believe that
Also stupid theory.
everyone in the government is a reptile. Every Hollywood producer and everyone in Hollywood is a theory. So that's kind of crazy out there. But the next one is Shakespeare never existed. This
I
theory.
kind of wish this one was true because I hate Shakespeare. I don't like his writings.
So basically, everyone should know who William Shakespeare is. He's a famous author.
Actually, he's a famous playwright.
Famous
I
playwright.
don't know if that's the same
Playwright
thing.
author. It's kind of the same thing. But basically, there were like actually no documents that he actually ever existed besides his works. And like if you go to England, there's nowhere it says like where he went to school or like his birth certificate. Well, I mean, they didn't really keep very good records back then, so I'm guessing he just got lost because the records over there are really messed up.
I actually couldn't believe it. I think it's possible somebody wrote under a, is it called a pseudonym?
No, it's an alias.
Alias, that.
I mean, that could be possible, but there's too many like great kings, like the King of England during this time period, I forget his name. He actually wrote about him a lot, Shakespeare, unless he was just trying to keep the alias. And there's too many things. I don't know. It's possible, and there's not much about it to say it's not possible. And there's also too little to say it's possible.
Yeah.
So it's kind of equal. Next one is the Lost Roanoke Colony. So I think a lot of people have heard about this.
Yeah.
So there was a colony, and when the colony dates back all the way to the Europeans and began to settle on America, what is now known as Virginia, somewhere around there. And the village of Roanoke was one of the first English colonies to be established on the soil. However, the village didn't turn out very well. And basically, everyone just went missing overnight. That's why the story goes. I mean, a lot of people think that maybe they just left this settlement because stuff wasn't growing there, or there's too much Native Americans around there that were causing the problems. A lot of people think maybe they just died of disease, because, I mean, that's also possible because their hygiene wasn't very great. Or a hurricane. I mean, that's East Coast, that's Virginia, that's hurricane, tropical storms. I mean, they probably didn't have very good hurricanes. Pretty deadly if you're in it.
I think it was.
Okay. Then, yeah, and then people Then otherwise, people think they decided to leave the island and live with the natives because they were on an island.
I think they went into the natives.
Yeah. So, last one. The dinosaurs never existed, Davey.
I like this one. I 100% completely agree with that one, actually.
They never existed?
Yeah, I don't think they existed.
Okay. So there's a lot of people that agree with this, I think. Basically, dinosaurs weren't ever discovered around the mid 1800s. And basically there's like, okay, whenever you think of a dinosaur, where do you usually see a dinosaur bones, Matt? Museums, okay. And what, are they the actual bones or are they cast?
They're definitely cast.
Okay, they're not actual bones. So a lot of people think, well, I mean, dinosaurs are a multi-million-dollar industry. I mean, they've made movies about them, toys, museums get revenue. Ow. So a lot of people think that someone just thought of dinosaurs and drew them up one day and was like, okay, we're going to discover some dinosaurs and plant a dinosaur bone, fake cast of dinosaur bones and all this. Ian, do you want to talk? Okay, talk.
What about the mammoth that they found? You know, that they had the DNA and everything about. What about that?
It's not a dinosaur.
We're talking
I
about
mean,
like
it lived about that
No,
time.
we're talking about like T-Rexes and the really big like T-Rex dinosaur, T-Rex, the Diplosaurus,
The Lycomosaurus.
or whatever. Like the really no, I'm not talking about woolly mammoths and all that because I believe those. I'm not saying there's a lot of like, you know, not stuff that backs up this theory because of what we know today, but people just think that dinosaur bones were just made up and dinosaurs never actually existed.
Well, here's an interesting question for that then.
What?
What about fossil fuels?
There's other animals that lived back then.
And plants.
And plants.
Oh, yeah,
and all that.
okay.
Was
that it? I think that was the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it.
Alright,
Any
you want to
thoughts?
talk about something else?
What?
I don't know. I feel like that was really short.
Ian, how much time do we have?
We're at 12 minutes and 26 seconds.
12 minutes. I think 12 minutes is pretty good. What do you say, Matt?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I thank you for watching it this far. Be sure to check out our other videos.
You mean our other one
Our
video?
other one video. We're gonna be continuing to do this every Monday.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, if we change something, we'll let you guys know.
Until the supernova.
Yep,
Oh
until
my gosh.
until we die, whichever one comes first.
Conspiracy theory. Supernova
Hey, you
doesn't
want to
really
talk about
exist.
the supernova?
We'll say that to later.
Alright.
Okay. So what do you say, Matt? Is that a wrap?
Yeah.
Okay. See you guys next time.